for this one. She is taking a summer favorite and using it to make something really extra tasty for us. We're cooking with lemonade. We have Judy Strauss from the Charmed Kitchen, and I always love when we have you on the show or we come and see you because we tell you that we want to use one thing and then you make a million different things out of it for us.
What can I say?
She's
It's
that
just
good.
what I do.
She's that good. So what are you making today?
We're doing a few different things that are a little bit different. I've got some vegetables and chicken sauteing, and I actually made a glaze, almost like a barbecue sauce, using lemonade concentrate. So I'm just going to pour that in there. We're going to let that heat up. And when you think about lemonade, you wouldn't think normally of cooking with a savory dish, but
Nope.
think of it like sweet and sour.
Which I love sweet and sour.
You love sweet and sour.
So what all did you put in there then with the lemonade concentrate?
What I did is I caramelized an onion first, and then there's some garlic, a little honey, a little red wine vinegar, some mustard, a couple other little seasonings, cumin, ginger, good to go. Let it simmer down, didn't use anything to thicken it. I let it just cook down till it naturally thickened, and it's gonna make a really good glaze. We'll let it heat up a little bit and you can have a taste of it if you want.
Oh, of course.
And the other thing
Do you know what you're
is,
asking?
I know. Well, and the idea too is so many recipes can use a lemonade concentrate, but why do you wanna buy one? You know, you look at the recipe, it's high fructose corn syrup and concentrated lemon juice.
So not so good.
Well, it was an earth-shattering event to do this. Lemon juice and sugar.
That's it. That's it.
About 1 1/4 cups of lemon juice, a cup of sugar, stir it together, throw it in the freezer if you don't want to use it right away. But then you also have something that's great to cook with. So
that's what you have
lemonade
here.
concentrate,
Okay.
and that's, you know, it doesn't concentrate quite as much as the other ones, but the taste is so much better. It doesn't taste like what you get in the little frozen cans, but just as convenient. You can put it in little baggies and freeze it and have it whenever you want. I made a mustard vinaigrette.
And then you put that with this dish?
I put that with a corn salad, but this could also be tossed on a regular green salad. It's just oil, lemon juice concentrate, whole grain mustard, and a little salt.
It sounds delicious and it smells great too.
All kinds of fun stuff, lemonade concentrate, cheesecakes.
That's cheesecake?
That's cheesecake squares, yes, with a lemonade glaze, lemonade cookies, lemonade biscuits. Pink lemonade, the right way, it's made with strawberries. Have a taste.
Can I have a taste?
Oh, yes.
It's just the right amount of sweetness too.
And well, and you have to allow the fact that the berries are going to
So
add
fresh.
a certain amount of sweetness to it, and so I tend to go a little lighter on the sugar than a lot of the commercial lemonades. I like a tart lemonade.
So I asked her this before we were starting. I said, so, you know, when Kristen asked you to make something with lemonade, do you go and you find these recipes? Or just go, and what did you say to me?
I said, I make them.
She looks at me like I'm crazy. So my question to you is, you know, for people who, you know, how do you go about coming up with these great creations all the time? If someone says, oh, I want to make something with lemonade, where do you start coming up with all of these different ideas?
You know, some of it is, oddly enough, some of it are things I've already done. It's not like I'd never cooked with lemonade. And a lot of times I'll just sort of take the lemonade, taste it, and think about where I want to go with it, what I can do with it. The other thing I like to do when I make my concentrate, it's an optional thing, sometimes I like to add a little zest to it. And that's something you can do. You know, if you're making it with fresh lemons, you go through a lot of lemons, it's nice to actually save some of the zest, and you can freeze the zest for later if you can't use it right away. But I want to show you a real quick tip if I could.
Oh, we love always hearing tips. So
Everybody says, I want to zest a lemon.
Yes.
I need lemon for my, so they have your food and you start zesting your lemon. Everybody does that.
and then it all falls right over the food. And
Zest this way. You zest with it turned upside down, and all the zest stays right where you need it. And when you have the amount that you need, you're good.
then you can eat. It's much more manageable doing it that way.
Much more manageable.
I like
doing it that way.
So I want to ask you real quickly more so about these.
Oh, of course, everybody
cheesecake.
does.
I know, David, when you were talking about the cheesecake and how it can be a little bit complicated at times. So, do you have an experience with this?
I actually took a whole cooking class just on cheesecakes.
Really?
My dad was a baker. I learned how to do a lot of this stuff when I was young. That one was just a first try. I didn't take hardly any effort to make that. I already had to sort of, you have to give it a try. They're really good. The crust has got not just graham crackers, but a little bit of oatmeal in it too to give a little more interesting texture.
And perfect size too. Instead of eating, you know, a whole entire chunk of cheesecake.
Well, and I thought for the summer, it's an easier dessert to take along because a big cheesecake is sometimes too much.
Wow, you guys. Oh my gosh. For summertime, that is,
isn't that fun?
wow.
Well, I ended up using some of the lemonade concentrate for the glaze on top, and the rest of it I used inside the actual lemonade cheesecake, the cheesecake part.
So we have all your recipes we put on
all
the internet.
All the recipes are going to be up there so
you guys
people
are
can
going to want to try her stuff. It is always so delicious every time I taste all of it. So, Judy, thank you so much. Check her out at thecharmedkitchen.com. And up next,